Hi guys, my name is Yash. I'm a ACBA certified business analyst, and today we'll be continuing with our 122nd question of our BA interview series. So let's begin. One of the interview asks, how do you handle changing requirements? I'll answer. As a business analyst, I understand that requirement changes are common in agile projects. My first step is to analyze the impact of the change on scope, timelines, dependencies, budget, and existing development work. After that, I discuss the change with stakeholders, product owners, developers, and QA teams to understand feasibility and priority. I document the updated requirements properly, revise the user stories and acceptance criteria, and communicate the impact transparently to all stakeholders. If the change comes during an active sprint, I usually recommend moving it to the next sprint unless it is a critical business requirement. So, as you can see, the interviewer has asked how do you handle changing requirements. So, as a BA, my first step is to analyze the impact of the change on scope, the scope of the requirements, the timeline it would take for completing the requirement, and dependencies of the requirements, plus budget and existing development work also come into picture. After that, I discuss the change with stakeholder, product owner, developers, and QA teams to understand if it's feasible and if this requirement is in priority. If they give a thumbs up, if they approve it, then I document the updated requirements properly, revise the user story and acceptance criteria, and communicate the impact transparently to all stakeholders. Communication of the changes is very impactful, and it's very important to communicate to all the stakeholders about the change. So if the change comes during an active sprint, that is ongoing sprint, I usually recommend moving it to the next sprint unless it is a critical business requirement. So I usually recommend that the requirement can be moved to a next sprint so that the developers get more time to work on the current sprint, because it's very important not to delve in between the requirements. But unless it's a very critical business requirement and it has to be done right now, then there's no option to it. So yeah, I hope you understand, and thank you so much for watching. I hope you learned something from it.